An Anthropology of Religion Number 2. Jean Pouillon, as an anthropologist and philosopher, conducted fieldwork in Chad and Ethiopia beginning in 1958. Anthropology studies the cultures of indigenous people. According to Pouillon, most anthropologists are unaware of the biases they implicitly impose on the culture they study. Pouillon studied the Dangaliot, one of the indigenous groups living in the central region of the Republic of Chad. They worship what one could summarily call local spirits, the Margai. But why do we name their transcendental authority a spirit? Is that word, by itself, an example of the biases he is talking about? Does the notion spirit instantiate a degradation compared to our concept of an almighty God? Another fundamental difference to note, according to Pouillon, is that the notion to believe, as understood in most Western cultures, can denote doubt as well as assurance. In contrast to the Dangaliots, for us, to believe has a polysemic nature that varies depending on the object the verb to believe refers to. In our culture, for example, it is said that it is the unbeliever who believes that the believer believes. The speaker takes a certain distance with regard to what he claims to believe. So to believe indicates that the belief, as such, can be contested, denied, or refuted. For the Dangaliot, however, religion is from their experience of existence, a self-evident truth. For the Dangaliot, the verb to believe has no separate religious meaning because for them, religion is identical to the total of existence. They believe in an animistic world that is just as real as they are themselves. Moreover, most monotheistic religions present a dualistic view of the universe. There is the natural world, and there is a supernatural world. In this conception of the universe, both worlds are separated and the supernatural world can only be accessed by praying or death. In most modern cultures, there is a strong tendency to think that the extent and importance of the supernatural world are much more significant for primitive cultures than for modern ones. But ever since the discovery of natural laws, we have been ready to admit that there must be a supernatural world that exists above and beyond the lived and natural world. Because the supernatural contravenes the natural laws, doubt and contestment are essential to monotheistic belief. An indigenous worldview, on the other hand, is fundamentally monistic. There's no hard separation between a natural and a supernatural world. The supernatural is part of the natural. The supernatural is part of everyday life and does not call for a doctrine of dogmas to be constantly affirmed. In the community of the Dangaliot, every man performs his sacrifices and will have recourse to the diviner, for instance, to know what animal to kill. The modern man, however, needs to rely on a testimony of a revelation, of some far-gone chosen one that happened to be present at a moment of divine revelation, whose fidelity is only guaranteed by a church or specialized experts. But isn't our remote connection to the divine not far more primitive than the close, day-to-day connection of indigenous man? Can we still claim to know everything so much better when it comes to integrating religion with our everyday life?